Hi there, this is Derek from Pacific Coast Auto in Japan, and we're looking at a Toyota Aristo. This one here, the S300, with a non-turbo version of the 2JZ 3-liter inline 6-cylinder engine. This one here from 1998 with only 47,000 original kilometers. Bought from auction here in Japan for export over to Texas. And so yes, the US got the GS 300, but this one here is the JDM version of it. Good luck finding one with 47,000 kilometers in it if you're looking for one in the States. So yes, you can get these with the turbo engine here in Japan. The turbo ones have gotten quite expensive. You might want all the niceties of an Aristo, but maybe you don't want to spend the spendy money of the turbo version. And so that's where the S1 comes in. But this is still a performance-oriented, kind of a, by Japan standards, larger sedan. And so take a look at this. That exhaust header, that's the factory one, looking like an aftermarket exhaust header. And a pretty nice looking dual intake here. Single throttle body? Yes, a single throttle body, but I think it has it's like a wider oval, or it's two throttle bodies inside. I'm actually not too sure. It's been a while since I've really thought about that. Anyways, this one here is super low mileage. We're going to check over the condition of it before we ship this one over to Texas. Oil and coolant, both looking okay. I just took it back from a quick drive. It drives pretty well. The brakes feel like they could be a little bit stronger. I'm not really sure if there's anything wrong with it. It has been a while since I've driven an Aristo, so do keep that in mind. Has a little bit of damage on the car here and there, and I'll show that as we go along. First off, the auction sheet. It's a 1998 our Toyota Aristo S300. This is an auction grade 4 with an interior B, has alloy wheels, power steering, power windows, and airbag. 47,868 kilometers, and that is authentic mileage. This is a one-owner vehicle. Have a look at this. This plate here, the 34, means it hasn't been re-registered since 1999. So yes, one owner with one plate in one city. Okay, purchased from user, original 16-inch wheels, cruise control, total collection box, and then the report here says interior is slightly dirty, wheels scratched, door mirror scratched. The body is kind of the weak point, but bodies can be repaired. You can never re-get your mileage back on a car, and the car feels very, very nice to drive. The engine is nice and smooth. The interior is very good. It smells nice in the interior. It's just a really good car overall. Now, we've had a repainted door here, a repainted fender. It says A3 scratches over here, AU2 over here, and A3 over here. Okay, so let's do a once around of the car. Pardon me for it being wet. I don't like to shoot these in the wet, but sometimes the weather doesn't cooperate. We have had off and on rain for basically the last month, and maybe only 1 or 2 days in between each day that it rains. And so the car's got to come in, the car's got to go out, and sometimes they're going to be a little bit wet. But that said, you can take a look at the beading of the paint when it is wet, and you can see that whoever owned this had kept a good paint finish. That's one thing that I highly recommend if you're going to own your car for longer than, say, the first 10 years, is you got to take care of that paint. And there are a lot of new products these days with like ceramic coating and that sort of thing that can last a good long time. You can probably get 5 years out of a good ceramic coating, but a lot of people are still doing it once a year or once every 2 years or something.
Want to see us having fun in Japan? Go check out our new channel. Link in the description.
Okay, and so it looks like headlights are in fairly good condition. These ones over here are nice and shiny. The ones over here are a little bit faded, a little bit yellowed. Not too bad. Now looking at damage, the front bumper's got the most amount of damage of any part on the car. So let's take a quick look at the scuff down here, the scuff right here, and it has been repainted. There's some flex cracks in this area here, and then the fender has taken a hit here and here up to here. So replace fender and bumper, or just repair / repaint, and there isn't that much more damage on the car. Let's find that A3. These scratches here, apparently there should be an A3 here. There's a slight color mismatch between the door and the fender. There we go. Underneath here, we've got a long scratch. You can't really see it too much. Like when you're looking at the car, you don't see it, right? But it is underneath there. Coming around here, what else do we got? Corner sensors, and this has taken a little bit of damage and has been repaired. So you can see if you can see that. And the little surrounding plastic pieces on the corner sensors have broken out, and you got a little bit of damage there. So these cars, I think, popular to buy as a retirement car. And kind of a big scratch up there. And so you'll find that some of them are, you know, kept mechanically well, but then maybe Grandpa isn't as good as driving as he used to be. And so you'll end up with a few little bumps or bruises. This right here as well. And then the front bumper, scuff along there. And it's pretty typical for Grandpa drivers, I don't mean to be stereotyping, but Grandpa drivers to be hitting their corners like, oh yeah, I can make that corner. And then it doesn't end up working out that well. So I think that's what's happened here. So let's go now to the interior, which is a very nice place to be in this car. Where's the pop for the trunk? So we'll start off with the trunk here. I've always been very happy with the basic packaging of this car. You get a lot of space in the trunk. You get a really good amount of interior space. It's not too big. It's not too small. It just feels just right. This is the Goldilocks of cars, I suppose you could say. JBL sound, by the way. That's your amp for it. I haven't long-term driven these cars. I've driven a lot of them, probably over 100 of them by now. But haven't long-term driven one, so I don't know how the stereo sounds, but I would suspect that it's pretty good. JBL makes a really good sound system, and this was Toyota's, like, one of the Lexus cars, right? And so, ooh, what's this? Ah, that's mold on it. It looks like Grandpa didn't drive his car for a while. Now, it doesn't smell like mold inside. Come to smell it, maybe a little bit. Doesn't seem too bad. Probably, yeah, hasn't been driven in a while, hence why it's got that. Okay, as you can see, lots of room here, and very nice, comfortable seats. The quality of the materials in these, at least when it came out, were world-leading, I would think. Better than Mercedes and BMW at the time. You know, they had to prove themselves when they first came out with Lexus, this being a second-generation Lexus / Toyota Aristo. So full power on all switch gear there, and I like the pattern of the seats. They are a little bit 90s, but there's nothing wrong with that. You know, you're buying 25-year-old cars, you might as well get some of that 25-year-old car style. Floor mats, high pile, good condition floor mats. Steering wheel, telescoping and tilt, both electric, and as soon as you put the key in, then it adjusts the steering wheel to your position. Have a look. Okay, of course it's got AC. Every single car in Japan pretty much has that. Has some extra wires for an extra navi unit, but it doesn't look like it's damaged the dashboard at all. That's good. This one comes with the non-touchscreen version, the lower model, you would say, but I prefer this model. For one, the touchscreens go bad after some time, and secondly, it takes up a lot of space on here for otherwise kind of like a very rudimentary old system that has a pretty slow refresh rate, and it ends up making the car feel more dated than it actually is. You get a mystery CD in this one. Oh no, it's not a mystery CD. It's Beside You from Shigeko Suzuki. Just beside you. So you can rock into some J-pop if you want. That's weird. It goes out, but it won't go in. Unless the key is in. Let's put your J-pop back in there. Come on. I know you're dying to hear this, so we'll have a quick listen. Oh, that sound is good. Sounds like the background music from a Leisure Suit Larry game. Lovely. I'll let you have fun with that, okay? Also comes with a tape deck. Doesn't smell like cigarettes inside here. Looks like it's never been smoked in. Shifting was good. Shift knob. The wood on it has cracked a little bit, but But that's what happens when you put wood inside a car. Thankfully, Toyota had pretend wood in these sections, and then they don't crack. Very, very comfy cushion. You can get the Aristo with leather, and the leather version gets cracks in this all the time from wherever you put your elbow on. The fabric one is much nicer, in my opinion. That needs to be cleaned out. And then cigarette lighter adapter in there. And cup holders there. Place for your sunglasses, a little bit discolored. Headliner's nice and clean though. Okay, yeah, I think good car. And Aristos, yeah, they feel great to drive. Toyota really nailed it with these cars and how they feel and how they look. I do like the looks. I used to think that they were very much a ripoff of Mercedes-Benz when they first came out, but these days they are very much their own thing. So anyways, that's going to be the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and have a nice day.